again, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents on what they love about being a part of Flagler County, and also in this case, Volusia. She's right there. So I'm super excited to have my guest Erica with us today. Erica, thank you so much for coming on for a few minutes. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward for this.
Thank you so much, Macy. I appreciate you having me on today.
Of course. Well, Erica and I met not too long ago. We met kind of back to back at a few B&I chapters around town networking. And she talked about some really cool stuff that she's doing now, as well as some other stuff she's done in the past. So I'm just really excited to kind of learn a little bit more. So, Erica, again, thank you for your time. I'm really looking forward to it. Do you kind of want to kick us off and tell me a little bit about your journey coming here to Florida? And how's that been?
Okay, yeah. Coming to Florida was definitely one of my big dreams in life to live here. I've been coming since I was young. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and every chance we got since I was a little child was, we would come to Florida. So I grew up coming down to this coast and then also the Gulf Coast, and just really love this area, this whole side of Florida. And my husband and I are lucky enough to now live here. We've been here a few years, and the journey has been quite interesting. And I've spent about 20 years in leadership, owning companies. I own a restaurant, and I've been coaching and teaching and helping employees to grow their careers. And it all kind of led to this one moment in time, so to speak.
Yeah. And you always introduce yourself as a specific title. Do you kind of want to share a little bit on the origins of, being kind of that fairy godmother for people?
Yeah, that's funny that you remember that. I told Macy when I met her that I was the fairy godmother for real estate agents, and also, anybody that likes to talk about their career. I've just kind of fallen into that role throughout my life. It started with all of my volunteer work, and I did a lot of mentoring through the Small Business Administration and several different universities. I've been able to be a part of the guest lecturing series of several different college curriculums, and those have included me speaking about following your passion and creating a career out of something that you actually enjoy doing, because life is short and we should enjoy it. It might be work, but it should be fun. So
Exactly.
now I'm in a role with Keller Williams as the team leader, where I get to help people every day. So I help people grow their real estate businesses inside our brokerage and also in the community. So no matter who they're with, I feel like we're all in this together. It's hard, and so it shouldn't be hard to work with each other. It should be easy, because the
Mhm.
actual industry is tough, just like the restaurant industry, because I'm, owner in the restaurant industry as well. And it's very similar in that there's so much business to go around. We really should just help each other and lift each other up. And so that's what I'm really excited about doing in this community, is helping people to grow their businesses in whatever way works best for them, and whatever way is, maximizing their output, their time. Time is precious, and that's a commodity you can't get back. So how can we maximize it and enjoy, what time we do have here?
Exactly. Well, you mentioned a little bit about the restaurant. I know it's not what you guys are mainly doing because it's not in Florida, is my memory. But do you want to share just a little bit about it? Because opening a restaurant, I hope everyone knows, is like it's no small joke, and it's still running completely, on its own without Erica even being in the States. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because that's amazing.
Definitely. Thank you. Yes, we started The Chef and I. The name of our restaurant and company is The Chef and I, like the king and I. And my husband is the chef and I'm the I. And The Chef and I is a love story. We met 17 years ago on eHarmony. We were each other's second chance at love. We both had been married and divorced and had given up on love, and we met. And it was just one of those fairy tale stories, really. And he was the chef for the Nashville Predators, the NHL hockey team in Nashville, Tennessee. And my degree is in, public relations and marketing. And so, I always came from like the media side of things. I did a ton of radio and television, and he and I met, and we started The Chef and I like 3 months after we were just dating. We just knew. And I said, "You're already cooking for the hockey players in their homes privately. Like, this is a service, this is a business." And so even then I was coaching him unbeknownst to me in a career coaching capacity. Oops. So happy accident. But so we started the company and never looked back. So we were doing maybe like one event a month in our first year. And by our fifth year, we were doing 400 offsite events a year. And we
Wow.
built our first restaurant in our fifth year with the profits from the catering company and the chef service. And we moved that restaurant 5 years later at year 10 to a bigger, better location. And we did it again a couple years ago at year 15 to a bigger and better location in Nashville. So now we're in between Music Row, if you know Nashville,
Oh
and Van
yeah.
University. So it's my favorite part of Nashville. It's the historic part of Nashville. It's the part that's still authentically Nashville. So in my opinion. And so we really have enjoyed growing that business together. We were able to pull ourselves out and work on the business, not in the business, which is why we were able to move to Florida. We have 100 employees. They're amazing and they run it so well. I'm just in the way when I'm there. So I just go for the awesome food and to hang out with the chefs. And so, yeah, I just, wanted to continue to be able to come from contribution and help people. And my background from years ago in real estate, I sold in real estate with Keller Williams in 2 different states many years ago. And that background partnered with my coaching and teaching, and I did some recruiting, have all kind of lent themselves to me being able to do this position. And that's why we're here now. But we, always are talking to people about the restaurant. It's funny because if you call the restaurant in Nashville, it literally rings to my husband's cell phone all day, every day, all week. That's how tuned in he still really is.
That's
So
awesome.
you get Chef Chris if you call the chef and I, and he loves talking to people about recipes. And he does a ton of cooking classes. Of course, now
Wow.
he's here, so he does that here now. So he has built a great business locally, doing that as well. So
That's so cool. I think I shared with you, my family used to own a Chinese restaurant up in
yeah,
Michigan,
yeah,
for about 45 years. And so I saw everything. My aunt mostly ran it when I was working at the restaurant. So I saw everything that she did, and it's no joke. And she was one
yeah,
of the cases where she was mostly working in the business instead of on the business. So she
right,
was very involved day to day to day to day.
yes,
And it was a lot. And life happens, and everyone in my family, because it was really my family, the backbone of it, retired, so they kind of pushed aside. But it was a great experience for me growing up in the business.
right,
But huge hats off, huge kudos to you guys. That not only have you built up such a successful business and restaurant, but you guys were able to kind of move a little bit away from it and kind of let it run itself, which is so cool.
right.
Um, and that's such a beautiful part of Nashville as well. Like, you guys really hit a home run with that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a labor of love. We made it through the pandemic. It was very
Oh
hard.
yeah.
We're pretty thick-skinned because of it. So I
That's
think
awesome.
everything that has, happened has happened for a reason. And I think you have to go through those things in life to, come out stronger on the other end. And then, hopefully you'll be able to use those experiences to help others. So that's what I'm, hoping to do is to share, what to do, what not to do, and how to navigate it if it happens. And, what are some things to focus on, and I'm an optimist, so let's keep positive. And if I can see the silver lining, I know that you can. I also was in Hurricane Katrina. I lived
Oh
in
wow.
Biloxi during it on the coast, about a block from the ocean. And so I was in Katrina, and it was terrifying, and it was a completely life-changing event. So I used that to start, doing some public speaking, and doing some motivational speaking, and just helping people to see, what they do still have and what is still important. And it kind of changes when you have a big event like that, what's important.
Definitely. That's amazing to hear. It's always so inspiring when you hear stories of a lot of the hardships that people have to go through, and a lot of these things aren't in our control, but being able to push through it and kind of, I don't know if reclaiming is the right word, but kind of see the silver lining, as you mentioned.
Sure.
It is amazing to hear. It really inspires me, like, okay, there are so many things I'm sure you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like it. But
Yeah,
seeing that silver
don't be
lining really helps
afraid.
you.
Eat the
Yeah,
cake, take the trip.
exactly.
I love their word reclaiming. Reclaim your joy.
Yeah, of course. We all deserve to have that. And it's one of those things where I feel like we kind of have to allow ourselves to feel it.
Yeah.
We kind of stop ourselves from feeling that happiness. It's and that's, speaking from personal experience, right? It's not like we're pointing fingers, but, we should allow
Right.
ourselves to be happy and see that silver lining. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
What, where can people go to find out and learn some more information if they want to reach out to you, contact you, see if they can work with you or anything in that capacity?
I am on LinkedIn every day, and I love LinkedIn. I highly recommend it, by the way, if you're a professional, whether you're just getting started and you're looking for that next company or that first job or just that side hustle. I highly recommend LinkedIn. I think it is underrated. To connect with people because it kind of cuts out the noise that you see on other social media platforms.
Definitely.
So on LinkedIn, it's just my name, Erica, Erica, Rains, Rains. And then also on Facebook, I'm really active too. And I always call it the puppy and horsey social media because my husband makes fun of me, but all of my videos are like horses and dogs and, in your
Yeah.
feed. So it's more of the feel good, family oriented kind of place for me anyway. I try to cut the ads out, but for Facebook, I'm on there too, and my maiden name is in my name, so it's Erica Sandlin, like Sandlin Rains. So if you see me on there, Erica Sandlin Rains, please friend me, and those two platforms really will help me share with you, kind of what I offer, as far as coaching and I don't charge people. I get paid by Keller Williams to be a coach, but not just internally. I also
Hmm.
have the privilege of meeting with people externally and doing consultations, free 30-minute sessions, just to kind of do a high level like overview of your business, whether you're just starting out or you've been in it 20 years. Just kind of see, are there any gaps? Are there any things that you don't have right now? Tools that you can use, resources. It takes 1 second for me to share a link or a name, a contact. And wouldn't that be cool if that was something that just changed the trajectory of everything and it took nothing? And that's what's so exciting about getting to help people is when you are in a position to help, just help. Like don't
Right.
expect anything in return and it will come back anyway. It just always does.
Definitely. It's a really, I think it's I was kind of sharing with this morning with one of the ladies from one of the BNI chapters that
Yeah.
I kind of get just so excited if I see a possible connection and that I can introduce people because I just think it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a game to me. Like, who do I think,
Yes.
how can I
Yes.
connect them? How can I kind of bring value? And it's not for any other reason other than I just think it's really fun.
Yeah.
And I think especially when you hear that like maybe this connection worked out really well, it just makes you feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is
Right.
awesome. I'm so
Right.
happy that these two people that I thought were awesome are connecting and doing some great stuff together. Also really quick, I'll make sure I have all of Erica's links and everything in the description so people can click, copy, paste, all that good stuff. Um, Definitely don't underestimate the importance of a really great coach. I used to be a figure skater for 15 years, and through all of those years, I always had a coach. It was
Mhm.
never one of those things where you hopped on the ice and you didn't have a coach.
Right. Right.
So even like you mentioned, even if you're just starting out or you're 20 years into your business, having
Mhm.
that outside view, having someone with a different level of expertise or something else who they've seen other stuff and how it's happened, they can really add some a lot of great perspective and kind of hold you accountable to that and make sure that you succeed in the way that you want to succeed. So definitely reach out to Erica, see if that's a great fit. But Erica, thank you so much for coming on, sharing a few minutes of your time. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. You have so
Thank
many
you.
great stories. So this was a total blast for me. I appreciate it.
Well, you are a wonderful interviewer and you're
Thank
doing a
you.
great job. And you're a connector. That's what you're talking about.
Hmm.
So you being a connector, you're a credible source of information and
Thank
contacts
you.
just because you want to help people. So that's the best way to do business and to just connect people. So
Yeah. Well,
thanks
thank you.
to you too. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. That means so much. I appreciate it. That's so kind of you. Well, Erica, again, thank you so much for coming on, spending a few
Thank
minutes with
you.
me. I really appreciate it. And for everyone listening, I really appreciate you as well. And I will see you next time.